Only because I am who I am, which is nobody else other than me and Mr. Tack Pants in the game I play, is I just came up with a number, and this is the second time this week, and this is a multitude of times that I've come up with the Twin Towers. As everybody knows, the Twin Towers is not 110. That's only to confuse you, but it's 110 and 111. It's 221. And one of the reasons for that, in fact, it's more than that because there are two of them. So you would have to have 221 and 221, which would be 442, which would be the second term of the 44th president, just to go along with the numbers. Going to 44.2 or 4 a.m., 4 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, or 4 a.m. If you mention it at 4 a.m., it's 414, because the 4 is 4 o'clock, the A is the 10-minute mark, and the M is the minute mark of 13 is M, so it would be 414. That would say it would be 4 hours and 14 minutes, or 254 minutes. And the Twin Towers went down on that day. So whatever happened with the Twin Towers so far in things that I have found, I found that somehow it had to be a French woman that had to go into building number 7, and somebody had to be inside in the basement of one of the Twin Towers. I'm not sure, and I do not know how it works, but somebody had to be in the basement by the latest hour of 4:14 a.m. in the morning in order to make this work. That's what I get out of this. Something to do with hooking up something in the basement that just, like iPods, each with their own little bomb that you call in. You know what I'm saying? Just reading it off. Another thing I wanted to show is I'm hot on 138, which is the 3 pigs, which is connecting the 3 heavens. And what basically does the 3 heavens do? It does this. 8, 8, 8. 8, 8, 8. Forward and backwards says 1776. The digital of a clock, tic-tac-toe, whatever you want to do. You want to do it this way? We'll talk another game. Right now we're talking about it this way. You've seen this before, right? I'm not sure where the numbers are from, but I'm quite sure if I go there and study it a little bit, I'll understand it. Not as well, as fast and as equivalent as those who have been studying the numbers of all kinds of races and nationalities and beyond time and religion. I too go into it and see things from my own perspective, understanding what man has done today. You want to play tic-tac-toe? Okay. You want to be X or you want to be O? So right away, does it really matter who you are? Unless one of them gets to make the first decision. It doesn't matter which one you are. So what we have over here is the digital clock, dividing the center. We put the 2 digitals, we connect them, one world to the next world. Then we take the power and the energy, and we split it to bring it in over here. It's got to be recyclable. And then it comes in on this side. You get a 1, you get an 8, and you get a 3. 1, 3, and 8. 1 times 3 times 8 is 24. 1 and 3 and 8 is 36. Creation of man, which would be 9. 9 would come from this. Just put all this together as one motion, and it's exactly what this is. This is time. This is the digital. Would this be an 8? This would be an 8, and this would be an 8. Different digital worlds. Regardless of which way you would go, 2 zeros, 2 zeros, and 2 zeros. But I just want to tell you something, that 1 splits everything. Let me show you for an example. When you see this 552, it's not 52. Because if I say add a 1, the only place the 1 goes is in the center. The 1 is always shared. It gets split in half. It's always valued at 0.5. So it's 1, this value of 0.5, which make it 1.5. A and E, 15th letter is O. A, E, and O is 21, which makes U, which makes creation of the 21st letter. 2 and 1 is 3. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2. 3 and 2 is 5. Avatar, 5 equals to 24, or 42, or 66, because you're connected for the both spaces of the 2 islands. That makes no sense. You know what's funny? It's 4:44 on the clock. Anyways, we're connected into that world. I got to go paint. Another thing is that 114 seconds, which is the equivalent of 38, 38, 38, or 338, which is the creation of the Christ. Why is it the same as 338? Because 3 times 30 is 90, 3 by 8 is 24, is 114. MOON plus MOON equals 114, and the cycle of the pig's pregnancy of 3 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days, cycling to 114 days. But it also means 1 minute and 14 seconds, or 74 seconds. 74 seconds mean 1 minute and 14 seconds. So that's very big that it's 1 minute and 14 seconds, because 1 minute and 14 seconds is the center of the equivalent of 74, of where 74 fits on this over here. In the center over here goes 74. Why? Because number 5, number 14, number 23, number 32. In the first 36 numbers go right here, and it totals 74. In fact, the angled lines are all 74s. 74, 74, 74. Total this out, the average is 74. 222, 4 ways, 888. 888. Same answer. And if you go to the roulette board, these two are red, these two are black, these two are red. 35, 37, 39. 37, DIX, French for 10. 39, TEN for 10. I wasn't even planning on doing a 6-minute video. I'm illuminated with what I had said. Another thing about time in seconds is that 81 seconds, 9 times 9 equals 81. 81 seconds is 1 minute. 21 seconds, 11 times 11. Now I'm mixing 9 and 11 now. 11 times 11 equals 121. 9 times 9 equals 81. 81 seconds is a minute 21 on the time, which is 11 by 11, 121. But it doesn't add up that way. So something's missing. How can we go to 1 double dot 21 to have a minute and 21? Why does that work out? Because every time you make a double dot with a 1, right, you get 1, and the double dot always makes it an 8. So from 1 o'clock in the afternoon, it's always going to say 8, 8. The digital is always the connector of the 8. Anyways, everybody also knows Heinz 57. Well, here's another way we can work 57. Either A, we go to the roulette board, 34, 17, and 6 are connected. They are called orphelin. Another thing, what was I going to speak about? We were on the roulette wheel. Another thing I wanted to show you in time. 24 hours, 6. 59 minutes, 5. 59 minutes, 5. 0, 6. 6, 5, 5, 6 equals 1, 2, 2, 1. Does it tell you anything about 12/21 of last year? That's what time tells you. Now, if you take this to the 0 clock of the 0, 0, you're talking about the whole of, but it's not the whole of. It's the whole of this that returns this to the whole to make this the whole to make this the whole. But when this one becomes a whole, this one actually says 23 and not 24. So I should actually remove that and mark 23. And then when the 60 becomes full, she'll bring everything to the 24. But for some reason, I don't do it that way because it's the start of the double zero in the next day. It's 24:00, and the 00 is of the next day, and the 24 is the end of the last day. Then it starts at 0, and the 24 goes away because 6 is the beginning of the next day. Did you know that DAY equals 30, which means creation? Only because the numbers are in creation. Anyways, we had 6556, which is 1221, and 1221 is 33, the command and the create. So something happened last year, and it can't happen this year. I mean, sorry to say, I'm praying that nothing happens in April, because April is the first month. It's a free month. It's the beginning of the first part of the year from A to D. It belongs to a higher energy, and it's the ending of the winter coming into the spring, where the extra day comes about, bringing on the extra spirit, in which we only run, was it 90 days in winter? Depending on the leap year. Is that what it is? 91? Anyways, screw that. I don't know where we are right now, what we did. Just to throw things at you, January, February, June, July, August. 1 plus 2 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8. 15, 21, 23 equals 24 months with the letter U. Months with the letter BER, September, October, November, December. Those total months, 10, 20, 30, 40, 42. The angle of the angel, the bear, the child, to bear the child. 10, 20, 30, 39, 40, 42. And then there's March, April, and May, which is 3 plus 4 plus 5. And they're all together. The creation of Earth, Mars, and Jupiter all come together. Okay, and that would give you a total of 12. So you would have 24, and 42 would be 66. Wow. 76, 77, 78. The total is 78. I've been getting a lot of 78, 87s. October is 87. And isn't that funny? The only month with the letter O, October, it has an 87 letter count. 8 and 7 is 15. The letter O again, October. The 10th month, the only month where the vowel holds the 0 with the 1. The only time, how many? There's 4 zeros in October. That means its value is 60. But it even goes higher than that. Where else? Listen to this. I put together December. December. Did you see him love her? Did you see him love her? December. Did you see him love her? Did you see him, okay, make love to her? Jesus told his mother, I will never tell anybody. You see, I'm jumping on to something else now. Now, if Mary, right, actually, because in a piece of my work, if Mary actually did have sex with her husband and had that child, she could have lied to Jesus, said she never had sex, that he would believe he must be the Son of God, because that's what his mother said. So it's all about hearsay of what some woman had a child, and everybody thinks God planted the seed. How did everything begin thousands of years ago? Is this the only time it ever happened? How did the Jews come here? They may have come on a boat. They could have come on a boat. I think they came on a boat. I also think it was 12:22 on my clock. They could have come on a boat. But I want to go and paint now. Let me look back into here. So we did this, and we did that, and we did this. Another thing that's very, very, very funny is if you divide the year in half by the number 5, 365.25, it equals 3, 7, and 5, which is the cross angle arm of 3, 7, and 5 on your calculator. 3, 7, and 5 is 15 is the egg. 73 or 37 is the center. 3 sevens is 21, and 10 is 31. Times the half is 15, 5 is 46, 275. Is that what it is? I'm just throwing things out of the hat here. But it says 735, and anytime 735 comes together, it's the gate. Don't forget, I'm letting it go right now. Your telephone, the 7 and the 9, they each have one more letter. You come into the world through the 7, and it's the 9 that comes through the 7 into those worlds, into the 8 worlds. So 1, the 9, use the 7, and the 7 goes from the 9 and into the 8. And the 9 goes from the 9 position into the 8. So they're both used one more time than the 8. The 8 you enter into the body, or you enter in before, and then you enter the body into the life after the pregnancy. 273 days. And where's that number again? 273? 273. 3 and 7 are very, very big. 3, 7, 7, 3. Did you know 37 and 73 is 110 stories in the Twin Towers? This is the last story I got to tell. I got to go paint Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. I hope I did good. If you have any questions, just ask. Do I know everything? I know whatever I can answer is probably something that I think I might know. The 14th letter. Look, the Aleph, a Chinese Aleph. 14th letter, the letter N. Comes into this world. The cross on his back is the Aleph spirit. The 2 eyes. Connect the 2 eyes because of the nose. Connect the other side of 2 eyes because of the grin on your face. And you get a V. Thank you for watching. 1444, sod at 444, sod at 1222. What does it mean? Doesn't really matter, does it? All it means is we must keep our eyes open. Just keep our eyes open and don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions, just to make sure you watch out who you ask the questions to. Thank you for watching.